Hello, 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 Tauruses. It's good to be back. Good to be back. How y'all doing? Doing pretty good on the over here. It's good to be back with you guys again. Um, all right. Got a little thing I want to give a message about. Um, I am going to start a little project here when I get through doing the weekly reading. Um, that I for the signs for all the signs. Um, I'm going to do a video on it about retrogrades, and we're going to use Mercury as an example. I've been got a theory here, and I want to test this theory out. And the only way I can do it is to get people involved in the project to do it with me. It's not going to cost you anything. It's free, okay? If you just show up, watch the video, make notes of everything, and do what kind of I'm telling you to, you need to watch out for in this certain dates, certain times, uh, and we're going to test this theory of mine. And so I need some help with it. Like I said, it's not going to cost you anything, and it's only thing you got to do is put the work in on certain days, and it's nothing big except I'll explain it all. So if you're interested in it, comment below. Would love to have you join in on it and test the theory for me. Um, I've been doing it on myself that's been dealing with retrogrades, and it's kind of old and true, especially in events for me. And excuse me, I just want to see if it holds true for others as well. I know when not much is said about retrogrades other than they explain what a retrograde is, uh, this sort of thing, the time of it, um, and that. Um, but I've been seeing a little bit more to it than than what I've seen out there. So I'm just trying to, just want to try this theory out and see if how many people really want to, do it with me. Um, and like I said, I will be doing the video with all the instructions and everything and what's happening um and what you need to do, and then just comment back under that video. So if you're interested, please comment below. Also, the astrology is for you, okay, for Tauruses. Um, the cards, the tarot reading, is going to general. Um, won't be clarifying, but I will give out some other stuff, information. Um, and we'll go through that, and um, just keep in mind it's general. All right, it doesn't hold, not for everybody. There's readers I like to watch too, and um, if it doesn't resonate with me, it doesn't resonate with me. I just move on. Um, so I hope this helps. I hope it gives you some important information, some days to watch out. You're gonna have a couple of days here, uh, from the 1st to the 7th. That's going to be kind of a little difficult for you guys and for everybody else as well. It's affecting you in a different way than it affects another sign. Okay, so if you're ready, I'll go ahead and switch over. All right, Taurus. We're starting out on November the 1st. Okay, and what we have here is the moon, as you can see it right here. It's at 22 degrees, 24 in, and it is squaring Venus. I feel like I'm got like a thing I'm cramped in or something. I don't know. Um, the moon is squaring Venus here at 22 degrees. 24 minutes in. So your thought processes is being influenced by the moon. This is something in your second house. Second house deals with those areas of heredity and money. So you got money on the mind, uh, how to maybe make extra money, more money, um, and it's having an influence with Venus. You think something here could be with romance in your fifth house, so it's affecting something here, maybe in your house of romance, children, because the moon is squaring it, and when it's squaring it, it's having to show um, stumbling blocks or building blocks um, in your life, in your romantic life, in that fifth house, either with children, with having fun, entertainment, uh, pleasures in life. Uh, there could be, when I look at 22 and I see a planet at 22, I'm looking at something of a cycle ending, divinely guided by the universe. That something here is coming to a closure. Uh, could be in romance, could be with children, could be with entertainment, fun, or the money. You've just stopped, or you're really being more cautious and intuitive when it comes to where the money goes and how you spend money. And it's up to you how you handle a square or a challenge, because that's what that is. A square is a challenge. You're either trying to build something here, you're having trouble building up something here, or there's something building up, blocking your path here. But it's how you handle the squares that shows what you're like on the inside. And Gemini, you probably have a lot to think about that, about your feelings, your values, your self worth, and all these in this area of the second house. And you are ruled by Venus as well. In your first house, you have Jupiter and Uranus there, and both of those are retrograde. Okay, Jupiter will go direct the end of December, and Uranus won't go direct until next year. So you still got another 60 days of Jupiter, or exactly right at this moment in time, you got 59 days and 19 hours left of the retrograde for it. And Uranus will go retrograde. I think it's January. No, February. Be sometime in February when I think it goes direct. So this will start everything moving forward. And with that lunar eclipse, I hope you did well. I hope that things with lunar eclipses is all about eclipsing out something, releasing something, letting something go. And this may be the time that you are reevaluating things, maybe in your romance life or in your love life. You may be thinking about those things. What gives you pleasure? What brings you joy? Uh, because especially with these two, Jupiter and Uranus, there could have been some unexpected uh, things that come up out of nowhere with Uranus, or dealing with something here where you're kind of a stubborn sign, and you're just trying to do things maybe, or to kind of appease, or people may be doing things to kind of appease you, just to make things kind of go okay. Because you could be dealing with something of an insight here when it comes to romance or children. Uh, And Jupiter's not, with it retrograde, it's not expanding right now because we're all reprocessing over what's happened the last 18 months. When everything was going direct for 6 months, it was great, it was fine, things were moving forward, this, that, and the other. And then all of a sudden, the retrogrades came in 6 months later, and it just changed everything. Um, and things kind of started slowing down, and we backtracked. Like I said, it's going to be really interesting, for you to probably try out this theory I have about the retrogrades. And like I said, I'm going to use Mercury as an example since we've already dealing with retrogrades that's already transpired, and we're working through those. Uh, so also you have the moon here in a sextile with the North Node. Okay, it's at 24 degrees. So you're looking at something here. That's your 12th house. 12th house deals a lot with karma. So you may be dealing with some karma for the next 16 months because we've already been two and a half months almost now. Let's see, October. When was it? July, I think, when the nodes changed. It was in July, mid July. So it's August, September, now October. You know, July, August, September, October. Yeah, 3 months. So 3.5 months. It's already been there. So about 16 more months. You may be dealing with some karma going on in your life. Uh, and sextiles deal with uh, where there's opportunities for productivity and success. It's a mental attitude being activated. And I would say, yeah, mentally, I think we all are being activated in some form or way. Um, but you must activate it for it to work. You have to think. You have to you've got some major decisions here or adjustments that have to be made. And you got to have the courage to make those. And I don't really see you guys having any problem making the decision or making some adjustments. You may have trouble making adjustments to the way you think because sometimes y'all can be very stubborn. And that's the bull, you know? That's the one that just wants to go, go, go and get it done. And so, you have to activate that mind for it to be productive and successful. You have to think outside the box and deal with things that come up unexpectedly, how you handle it. And deal with issues, especially when it comes to your seventh house, because Scorpio is your seventh house. Partnerships, relationships, business partnerships. Uh, It's also enemies over here, open enemies. You know, those that might try to sabotage things, um, or they could be too aggressive, and you may have to say, "Oh, you need to slow down some." You know, it could be something here with accidents as well for the other person, because with Mars going direct, wanting to move. There could be some issues there that could be difficult. Um, and with the moon right now being in a square to Neptune as well, because you can see here the square, all right, between Venus and Neptune in your 11th house. That's your house of um, friends, like minded people. and it's a fixed sign. So I was just looking here looking at it. You got, the moon in your second house, and it's a mutable sign. Virgo, Venus is mutable. Plus, that Venus is in a fall right now. In other words, what it means is when a planet is in opposition to the sign that it's, or the constellation like Pisces, where it becomes exalted, um, which it really has a lot of energy. Then, when it's in opposition to that, it's in a fall. It's opposite the sign of its exaltation. So it's kind of feels like, maybe some dishonor there, or the energy's just not there. Um, and that's the house of Virgo, so it could be something with work. Um, working on the relationships, putting effort in with children. Um, this could be somewhere where you're just maybe taking time for yourself. What is what do you like to do? What is it you want to do? And right now, what I see is you really want to enjoy things with friends, like-minded people. You want to be around people like that share the same thoughts, ideals that you share. Because right now, Neptune is in a greater energy, uh, or has more. What was I looking for? Oh, there it is. Venus is has less energy than Pluto does. Pluto has a lot more energy than Venus does right now. So, you might let the friends take the lead a little bit. They're a fixed sign, you're a fixed sign. Or I'm sorry, that's a mutable sign. You got a lot of mutable going on here. Yeah, there's some adjustments need to be, because you're just trying to make it through something here. The only thing you got was this energy here where we had um, anytime there's a stellium of planets like this, the energy is working, feeding off of each other. So somebody over here is really focused on something, or something coming out about them. They may not be showing everything, what they're doing, what they're thinking, what they, maybe not communicating um, with you, or talking much about what they're doing, or maybe they are, but there's some opposition there on that, and there could be some issues there. The next thing we have is oh crap, I did not mean to do that. The next thing we have is the moon. I gotta get the right thing here. Okay. The moon is going to be in this quincunx with Pluto here. And a lot of this stuff that I just said earlier is going to happen between overnight and into around noontime on Wednesday. Okay. Now, oops, what we got here is we've got the moon now at 28 degrees. It's in a quincunx, or an inconjunct, with Pluto. Both of them are at 28 degrees, 0 minutes. They just both hit that. And again, that's in your second house to your ninth house. So there is something here where you could be with that ninth house. You're in this higher mind. It's about all intellectual. It's expanding your consciousness in the higher mind. You could travel further distances, maybe not really that thrilled about it, versus short distances. You'd rather do emotionally, it would be like for me looking at this, I would say, well, I don't want to travel long distances anymore. And, or there may be times you have to do something and take the lead that you've got to go the long distance, travel instead of the little short trips you go on. But the moon is in a void of course right now, so whatever tries to come against you or try to interrupt something here, it's not going to be successful. Um, so, if you've got your mind set on something here, um, I think the long distance travels, you're going to have to make some kind of, um, this could even be with you exploring something or work or education, something finishing up. You may be traveling distances. If it has to do with work, you could be traveling long distances, um, and exploring other options to say, hey, you know, uh, there needs to be adjustment here because I don't want to take these long distance travels. Um, I shouldn't have to, or something like that, if it has to do with work. But it involves you having the courage to make that decision and say, hey, look, uh, whatever has got to be done, it's got to be done, and you're going to have to make decisions about something here because the cycle, could be ending here. That you'll be making these long. If it's not you making that decision, it could be someone else making that decision. Like I say, a boss or something like that, or if you're the boss, you can say, hey, we got to cut back on these long travel period times. And there's going to have to be some adjustments and the decisions are going to have to be made. Um, we also have the moon in a trine with Saturn, as you can see it right here. Oops, you can see it right here. Because Saturn has gone stationary. It's getting ready to go direct. Um, it's got about 2 more days and 13 hours before it makes a move. And remember, it went in to 7 degrees and it went retrograde at 7 degrees and went all the way back to the time that it entered. So there was something. This is what's going to be interesting when I do that little project I plan on doing. That we will talk about the time span and what was going on during that time and all this. So, like I said, if you want to get involved in the project, please comment below and let me know you want to get involved in it. Also, remember the void of course, the moon's there again. There right now, there may be what's being set in place in motion coming is where there may be some limitations or restrictions on long distance travel. Um, and this may help you. This, might might help you quite a bit. Also, it's still in that 11th house, which is having to deal with friends, joint activities, groups. But there's going to have to be some kind of, adjustments made here on this to whether you short trips, long trips. I still feel like there's something here where there may be a limit on that. Not doing as frequent or as often. This may be coming to an end. Um, and then we're going to have the moon is going to move into Cancer here. And this will be about 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the evening, Eastern Standard Time. So adjust your time to that. It will go into Cancer, and then it will go into a conjunction with Vista. Now, what is Vista? Um. Oh shoot. Vista is the keeper of a spiritual flame. It represents the sacred feminine creative energy that allows you to dedicate yourself to aspirations, plans, and goals. Vista shows where you have a nun, N-U-N, nun, spiritual, like devotion to a cause, a project, a person, or a belief that is sacred to you. So there's something here that, you want to, I'm not really sure, especially since this moon was the lunar eclipse that just happened in your sign. There may be something here with this moon going into Cancer, which is about communication. You start communicating what you feel and how you feel with others, and or others may, because this is a lot with a lot to do with your third house, your seventh house, and the 11th house because of the trions there. This may be even where the partner wants to express something here, or neighbors. It could be neighbors displaying what some they feel. You could be talking more spirituality. I know there's a lot of talk going on about karma. People getting their karma. This could be something of that going on, but these deal for you. It deals a lot with relationship houses. Your neighbors, your siblings, communication, and they just may be coming to you. Friends may be coming to you. Your partners, people you might be in business with, or intimate relationships, clients. They feel easy or feel comfortable to communicate with you about things. But be cautious because, you could have some people that maybe, because that could be jealous over here of some degree, because there's not only is this house known to be partnerships, intimate relationships, marriages, clients, all those things that you kind of deal with, but it also could be people that are open enemies that they are an open enemy to you. Okay? That they may start to show something of them real selves here. Business contacts, that too. And some of them may be sort of aggressive at times, and you may have to kind of, keep you kind of cool and talk down the aggression. Don't take it personal. Okay? That's something I definitely want to say to you. Do not take what is said as a personal, unless you know this person is an enemy. Okay? Then they're saying something about you that really can get you upset. So I really want to emphasize this here. Don't take this personal. If it's a business thing, arrangement, or something, yeah, they're going to get upset, but you can talk this down and see what what may be missing here. You can be creative expression using that you need to communicate others, and especially when it comes to clients or business partners or something like that, or salespeople and those things that you have, probably a lot of daily contact with. They get upset about something, or you're upset about something. Don't let things get out of hand here, okay? Listen to what's being said. I don't personally like doing text messages because you really don't know. You don't get the feeling of someone, what they're actually feeling or trying to express here. So just be careful with, especially with that energy there. The next thing we have is where um, the sun with Mars and Mercury is all combined in. So again, I will repeat it again. Be cautious when it comes. Make sure you're not doing things through text. When you send a text out, reread it, and if there's something in there that just kind of, you might think there's nothing wrong with it, but the other person on the receiving end, what the heck was that? I could have swore I just thought I heard something pop. Oh, hey girl, that was a different sound. I have to go back and listen. Oh, okay. Glad to have you here. Um, so just remember, if you're talking to people, yeah, you can hear you popping in. Girl, you ought not be so loud. Um, just remember that if you're dealing with someone, a client or a distributor or something like this, you know who your friends are. You know the people that you can deal with and they're okay. Just, I would be careful. I would watch over sending text messages because people, or emails, kind of phrase your words in a way that doesn't stir something here, because what's going on over here with all this energy, somebody could get real angry because they could mistake that's why I hate text messages and emails. I don't like them. Pick the damn phone up and give me a call. I mean, that's the way I feel. And then that way, I can tell when someone's upset. They're going to know when I'm upset. Um, I just don't want to deal with texts and emails because there's a lot of misinterpretation there. Because there's no emotion in an email and no emotion in a text message. Hey, Jen, does it sound like I'm shouting here? Is it too loud? Oh, Lord. Hold on a second. I'm getting a phone call. Hey everyone, I'm sorry about that. That was my mama. Got to get her straight on the medicine. She's gonna call me back. So, good lord. Um, where was I? Oh, November the 2nd. All right, the Mars. Um, the Moon is trying with Mars. So, like I said, be cautious because there's a lot of quincunx and a lot of inconjunctions here that things could get really out of hand. Okay. And you're already going through something here that with Jupiter and Uranus in your first house, something about you, something with Jupiter with expansion and growth. You're reassessing, you're reevaluating things here that have come up unexpectedly, that has slowed things down. Things aren't growing, things aren't moving forward as quick as they were. So, like I said, you've got another 58 days and 10 hours before Jupiter starts going, and that'll be the end of December. And then Uranus will be next year. So just kind of take it easy, slow down. People still want to rush and hurry and get things done. So you're going to have to be really careful here. And kind of be a little creative when you communicate with people, that things just don't get out of hand. You don't sound not in a good way. Like I said, I hate texts and I cannot stand emails. I've had my, what is that old term? My drawers ripped enough, with this thing talking. People not everybody wants to email or they want to text. And I don't know. I've had about how I feel of all that mess. Um, some of it's good, and I'm not knocking it. It can be very handy, very good at certain times, but I'm not, I'm not all for it. So you're going to finish that day off with really probably reassessing what was going on with these other people in the seventh house of yours, especially. Um, the next thing we have is on the third. We have the Sun in opposition with Jupiter. Now this is going to be, these next things I'm talking about are going to be like in the early morning hours on like Thursday into early Friday morning. The Sun in opposition to Jupiter, you can see this here. It's because of this energy combining here. It may affect maybe some of your sleep overnight. I know a lot of people have been affected by, not getting the rest they need, not being able to sleep, things on their mind. Um, you know, Oppositions are there to kind of show the capacity for awareness and objectivity. We become aware of something, and we express some our own opinions or something here, something we see. Um, and it's the consciousness facing relationships with either some illumination, and I'm pretty sure there's really something here illuminating with other people and their personalities. You may be seeing a side of others that you've not seen before. um and this is, they're shining out, putting themselves out there, and 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 you can get a little frustrated with them, you know so don't be surprised. I mean, it could be working on you overnight, because this could have, something happened during that time when the moon was trying with Mars. you I just thought of that word trying. It's like, yeah, somebody's been trying my last nerve. That happened to me yesterday. Um, the moon in a square with in a trine with Mercury will be going on again. This is all about with that in how it makes you feel, how the way you communicate or how people communicate back to you. There may be people talking to you sort of aggressively, you know, in a sort of a hostile way or something, because Mars can be, or people cut in communication. It's. Uh, I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Again, my mother. Uh-oh, where you? I didn't go anywhere. You didn't hear with me. You didn't hear me say I'd be right back. The phone was ringing. You ain't paying no attention. That's a problem. All right, where was I? All right, I'm on. Oh Lord. Um. Oh, I think I was at where the sun of people showing their actual selves. And you being in opposition to it. With Jupiter. Uh, that's going to be on the 3rd. And then, like I said, that would be the overnight hours. And then I went with the moon trying Jupiter. I mean, trying Mercury. Um, um, the moon trying Mercury. That will be about 6:47 in the morning or 6:49 Eastern Standard Time. Remember, I'm on the East Coast. All my times are Eastern Standard Time. You have to add or subtract time from that. And Venus in conjunct with the North Node. Now, when this comes into conjunct, all right, and this will be about 8:48. So that's about like 9 o'clock on Friday morning. You may be kind of trying to make some sort of um, adjustments here about future things. Um, with Venus, as you can see it right there. Um, God, I hate when that phone rings. It gets me thrown off so bad. Um, Venus in the quincunx right here, going over to the North Node. It's something about the future here that you're working through again, some kind of karma that comes back around. And if you've done something, you need to apologize for it. If you made a mistake, own up to it. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, people are going to make mistakes in some way, all right? Or again, this over here could be not only is it the house of karma, but it could be those enemies that you thought were not enemies, but they are enemies. And they may be going through their own karma right now because of things they did. And just remember what's going on. I always say, what comes around goes around. You know, you want to be ugly to people, then, you got to decide. Also on this day, on the 3rd here, where was I? Where was I? I had all this stuff highlighted, and it's sure. I hope that's the right time. That's going to be about 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the afternoon. That there will be this square with the moon to the north node, as Venus is still, in that inconjunct. Because remember, I said in conjunctions, which is also known as a quincunx. Some astrologers call it quincunx. Some of them call it a inconjunct. Because when planets like this come together, it's conjunction. So I guess instead of getting confused, but with the terms, but with its quincunx like this, it's where the energies need some adjustment here between the energies, and it's dealing with decisions and adjustments between there, and it involves having the courage to and making the decision that needs to be made for the future. It could be somebody like, that's been giving you a hard time and you just cut off communicating with them. And sometimes there could be people that, are going through some difficult times. If you've got people over here in your life that are going through difficult times, cut them some slack, and don't take everything personal. If you know they're not an enemy, and it's someone you have contact with or communicate with, or you have some sort of personal relationship with them or whatever, they could be going through a hard time over here. So cut them some slack, that they may be going through some healing processes. You don't know what everybody's been through. Don't be so hard on everybody. You hear me, Jen? Cut them some slack. If they're acting out of character or what let them know, you know, or ask them. Ask them, you having a rough time? You need somebody to talk to? But if they do talk to you, don't go around blabbing it. Keep it to yourself. That they were asked. You ain't got no sense, girl. None. All right. Let's see. Now, this is going to be about like I said, 3 something in the afternoon. All right. Later on, as the day moves forward, the moon is going to sextile with Venus here, and it's starting at that time of the day, and it's going to continue on all the way through into 4 or almost 5 o'clock. Then the moon is going to trine with Neptune over here. It's almost that quitting time on Friday. It's time to party. I don't know. I don't party anymore. I'm too daggum old to party anymore. Uh, Give me a, a cozy soft music or something in a book, and I'm good. It don't take much to make me happy at all. A good meal, I'm good to go. All right. Venus also, Venus here will be in opposition to Neptune. So this could be something later in the evening, about 6:05 or something like that, with friends. Um, there may be something here that uh, a friend may need some help, or uh, oppositions. Remember, they're it's really facing something here of relationships and bringing something out, uh, or somewhat frustrated. You could be frustrated here with friends, um, especially if they're over emotional, and you know, because I know a lot of earth signs like myself and probably you, you know, and Capricorn, you know, it's okay to. It's almost like watering the grass is fine, but when you put too much water in the grass, it's like, oh God, you got a river flowing here. And earth signs can't handle too much water. Oh, happy Halloween to you too. Twig or tweet. I forgot to do that. I should have done that in the beginning. Twig or tweet. Come get the candy. Not here. Ain't no candy here. Um. So that would be about later on in the evening when Venus is that's about 6:05 here, and then the moon will be in opposition as well to Pluto here. So it's more like it's getting ready to, and plus the moon's going into void, of course. So you know if you're out doing something and having a good time, and somebody calls you, oh God, you don't know what happened to me. It could be a neighbor, it could be a sibling. Um, it's about how you feel toward these friends or relationships. Something's coming to light on things here that maybe you really need to be aware of. It needs to be shown. Maybe there's been people around you wear a mask, and all of a sudden the mask is starting to fall off. On the 4th, most of this is kind of like, well, when the moon comes into a where is the 4th? Here we go. When the moon comes into this, it moves into Leo, which will be in these early morning hours. It'll be right before this when it moves in. Then it's going to come into a quincunx with Saturn, because Saturn's going stationary. So now that this is going stationary, things are going to start moving forward, but there'll be some limitations. There'll be some restrictions there, because we're going to be working through things of while the retrograde was going on. So we're going to be correcting some things, making corrections, maybe limiting certain people, or you know, not being able, maybe not even communicating something here, but you're facing something here that you know I might have to limit communication with certain friends, or activity with certain siblings. Putting the fire out. All right. Then on Sunday, Where was I? I don't know. My mother's got me so off track right now. I mean, I can't think straight. Sometimes I think I'm better off late at night doing something here. What day is this? That's Friday. I think I went on through all that. What am I on Saturday? Mercury will be in an opposition to Uranus. Yeah, see, it got me all messed up. Um, it's Tuesday, I know, but I'm going through the week. But this is on Wednesday, and I've got my calendar here, but something with my mom and her medicines and all that kind of stuff is on my mind, and it got me all messed up. Sometimes I think I ought to stay up all night long and sleep during the day. At least phone can't ring. Ain't nobody gonna be up that time of night. Um, but I never liked third shift anyway, so um, no, it's not. Her cancer's returned, so um, we got to go in for biopsy and all that kind of stuff next week. So having to deal with her medicines right now. Um, Mercury, I said that Mercury was in opposition to Uranus. So there's something here where you're opposing something here. Again, facing something. The capacity to bring out some awareness. The other person is bringing out maybe some awareness to you that something has got to change here. Or there was a sudden change in something. And it's facing, you need to face that relationship that you have to face over there. Um, Thank you, hon. I appreciate that. She's gonna need them. 89 years old. Um, but anyway, let me get back to this because my mind's just people don't want to hear my problems. They want me to help them with theirs. And right now, I'm not doing a good job of it, and I'll openly admit it. Um, uh, the moon is in a square with Jupiter as well at this time. You can see the moon is in a square with the sun, or the sun is in a square with the moon. The moon's in a square with Jupiter, and then there's that opposition of the sun over to Jupiter. So all this that's going on can be really, we had all the oppositions with Pluto really hammering us hard with stumbling blocks in our way. I mean, it was really testing us and trying us to get us to make these changes that need to be made. Now all of a sudden we're feeling something here. Now we're working through. We need to work through those things that are difficult, and we're starting to feel them. We're starting to feel them, especially you in the fourth house of romance or your home here. You're very passionate about your home or your family. Um, nurturing. It's about your roots and your foundation here and how you feel about it. Are you getting the support and activities? It can be some affairs at the end of life as well. So, for some people, you could be dealing with people that are older and, um, as my mother, I think about it every day with everything that she's been through the last 8 years, 9 years now, all the medical things that just kind of hit. We went boom, 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 and she's 89 now, and she may be coming to that point in her life that, things are coming to an, will be coming to an end. And, um, And I'm still going to terms with that. Um, and I know there will be a lot of things to do and settle. So, but anyway, like I said, no one wants to hear my problems. Um, so we're working through some things here, or you are, with this, especially with the retrogrades over here, um, that are going on. And remember, these outer planets like, you know, uh, Jupiter and Saturn and Uranus and Neptune and um, Pluto, these are long term effects. They live with us for years and years. Um, you know, Jupiter, things could last a year. Um, Saturn, 2.5 years, 3 years. Uranus, 13 years. Neptune, God knows, 14 years or a little bit longer. Neptune, anywhere from 20 to, 30 years it could go on. So, these are long term things when it goes in and does these things to our lives and makes these changes and changes our lives drastically. These internal planets, these are very, weekly, monthly, something with us. So, you know, there's a lot of things people, younger kids think that they're going to last forever. They don't really think about death. It's not till you hit my age you know, and you start thinking about that. People be leaving your lives. You ever notice you go through life and you got all these friends and all of a sudden they start to pass away and you're like, you start looking around and you think, well, gosh, get a little close to home, you know? So we just got to deal with what we got to deal with. Now, the sun, like I said, is squaring the moon here, and the moon is squaring Mars. And that would be the next one on the 5th. Moon squaring Mars. Where are you? Right there. And you can see the square expands out, The moon, the sun is squaring the moon is squaring Mars. So it's something being illuminated to you, and what you feel makes how it makes you feel from this other, and then you react back to it. It brings something the other person brings out to light. And it may be something that kind of hurts, because Mars can be very aggressive, and it could be somebody that's jealous, jealousy, um, in some way. Hopefully, it's an apology. Maybe they'll give you an apology. But you just, and then the square over to Uranus, it kind of changes things. And then Mercury with the opposition to Uranus, there's a change in maybe the way of communication, to how you express it to them, or they say something to you. You need to kind of watch how you say things, or um, you know maybe you need to be more open minded. The person might say, um, maybe you need to do something spontaneous, different, and you just like, I know, because y'all fix, Taurus is a fixed sign. They don't change that easy. And the more you try to push them into change, they're going to resist it. They're going to fight against it, because they're going to feel like, oh, I'm fine. I don't what I got to change for. And the last thing I've got here is the moon squares. Um, Squares. That's Uranus. Y'all, I'm dealing with one eye, So y'all gotta bear with me, and this print's so small. Um, the next thing we have is on the 6th. I'm almost done here. Got this last couple days, and the very last one's going to be easy. Now, this one is going to be a trying day. It really is. That you're going to have to work through. The moon is squaring Mercury. It's also trying the North Node, as you can see here. These energies are combined. The moon, Mercury, North Node. And then you go ahead and you're going to have to throw in another little thing that's coming here is the moon having this in conjunction with Neptune and with the opposition to Pluto. And Venus trying Pluto. Let me kind of, Taurus, you got to ease them into something here. They don't just jump and change. I mean, I know that Virgo is a little bit slower in the change because they have to adapt to certain, things around with them. Taurus doesn't want to change, and Capricorn is a pusher to change. Because it'll set up the limitations, the restrictions, the boundaries. And not a lot of us like boundaries or restrictions. Then the moon is going to go into a quincunx with Pluto. So this is how you feel about this for the future. Can you ease into this? Is this change going to be good for the future? Is it going to take some of the karma away? Is it going to end? When is it going to end? God, I remember 3 or 4 years ago, people was always, is it going to end? Is this going to end? It's in the trine to the North Node over there, and Mercury in the quincunx with the North Node. Thinking about the future. We're all thinking about the future now. We don't know where the future's going to head. Right now, it may seem kind of bleak. And believe you me, I am so tired of hearing bad news. I would love to laugh again and have a good time. But people just are so worried about what is going to happen. We all just don't know. No one knows. The moon is in an opposition with Saturn because Saturn is now stationary. And like I said, Saturn will begin to move in about 2 days and 8 hours. It'll really start to go to that first degree and start moving forward. Mercury is in a trine with Neptune here. So we can start thinking about our friends and the pleasures, maybe the goals that we want to create with our friends. It's about, I know you guys got to be thinking about enjoying being around those that we're closest to. You could be easing out of relationships as well with certain friends. When you outgrow certain friendships, then it's time to. It's nothing bad about that. There's only so many people we keep in our lives for a long period of time. And then the moon is going to move over into Virgo, where once it goes into Virgo, it will be in an opposition with Saturn. Because you're not sure how you feel about this. I mean, in that 5th house, your emotions, it's about the children. You're maybe worried about children. If you have children, their futures, um, relationships that maybe have come past their time, losing friends, making new friends, what goals you're going to set for the future, and what will happen. We also have Mercury here that is trying Neptune again. So even with this opposition, you know, you're thinking about reminiscing about maybe goals in the past that, you didn't accomplish or you didn't succeed at. And you miss some things there. Um, Maybe old friends you miss that you haven't seen in a long time, you haven't spoke to. They may be coming up because this, with Neptune, it can bring a lot of um, past memories to come about in those relationships. People we haven't heard from in a long time, we may miss. The people we used to love that aren't around anymore, they may come to mind, and we may miss them, and it affects us. And then also we got with Venus there, she's getting ready to leave Virgo. A cycle with hers closing out here. She's been in this fall and all this time. Gosh, it's been weeks now. She's been there from the time she entered. And, she's ready to move forward now. Let's see, what have we got on this last day? The moon is going to what in the world? Oh, gosh, my mind, y'all. The moon is sextiling Vista here. Now I find this interesting because it's like a hexagon, like a stop sign or whatever. But it's like almost a complete connection, from Vista, but it goes to Jupiter. And then it starts here with Uranus, over to Neptune, over to Pluto, feeding into Mercury. So things have changed now. And how do you feel about it? You know? It's, sextile and all that's going on. And how does it make you feel? It's almost a closed thing. I saw that the other day and I was like, wow. But then there's all this stuff here that decisions and adjustments have to be made because things are going to change now. We're moving forward into getting ready, preparing. And thank goodness that Pluto moves slow, that we can easily transition in next year into this with Pluto going into Aquarius, which for you will be your 10th house. It'll be about work. It'll be about uh, your career. It'll be about reputation, professional achievement, direction, your life goals, prestige, and position. You know, things may be really changing in the workforce. Then we have the moon in Virgo with a trine to Jupiter. Still thinking about things growing and expansion. You got to think too here about with weight. Okay, you might be getting on some kind of exercise program or changing your diet in some way. Because you're at this last point here where, you know, thinking to yourself, maybe, hey, I got to get healthier. I need to get more healthier. I need to get involved, take control of myself, and do something here and make these change. And I think you're going to go into it pretty easy. Last thing we have is the sun in a sextile to the moon. And that does kind of change things because it's moved. See, we got still almost all the way around that green line, um, where we're going to have to um, look for those opportunities for productivity and success. But we're going to have to get our minds right. We've got to really start thinking about our mental attitudes and activating them in a better way. Got to do it. And you must activate it for it to work. If you want to if you want to manifest things, you need to activate your mind and start actually living what you visions are for your future. Okay? Living like you're already in that place. Enjoying life a lot more better. Going, working out and making those goals. Whatever it is you want to achieve. You want to be thin, you want to be, buffed or whatever you want to call it. You want to be beautiful. Look at yourself that way. If nobody else gives you that wink, go in the mirror and look in the mirror and wink at yourself. Like, you're looking good there, girl. Doing good, dude. Pump yourself up. Be proud. Don't sit around and wait for somebody else to give you all the encouragement you need. Start doing it for yourself. Get your mindset right. Activate those mental energies. When you don't use them brain cells, they'll die off. All right. Now, I noticed before, someone had told me that in the last readings I had the cards up and they were like, man, I was so fixated on the cards and the images. So I said, okay, I'll fix them this time. I don't know what's underneath here. I haven't looked at anything. I just set them up because I like to look when you guys look and you see it and we'll see it together. So let's look at what your overall energy is. If I can get my hands on the cards. Well, shoot fire. All right. Your overall energy is the sun. Whoops. Gonna come out tomorrow. That's what you had. I'm glad that somebody, Jen, I'll have you going around singing that song. Think of all the songs about sun. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. I mean, there's so many you can think of that can make you laugh and make you smile and make you feel better. So this sun is about the energy that's out there. And there's something about with somebody around that can really brighten your day and make it fun. It's or something here in this reading is going to be illuminated. I don't know. Remember? That's what Queen Constances are all about. Or, we got the Lovers. Gemini energy. Who are you involved with? So this could really, it's either a choice here, but it's about relationships. What is the challenge area? You've got the Strength card, Leo. Leo is your fourth house. It's courage. Yeah, and I spoke a lot about courage. Having the courage to make adjustments and decisions. Don't shy away from them. Because when you work those things out, it shows what you're like on the inside. You don't have to tell people what you're like. By what you do, they will see it by the decisions you make and the adjustments you make in your life. They're going to see that. You don't have to go around and, be cautious and leery of those that do go around and do that. Because then that is just their ego, spouting off. But if you see someone making good decisions and have the courage to make the adjustments in their lives and face things in relationship, that's a good thing. That is a real good thing. I love the heart. Someone who has the courage, the heart, speak from the heart. I love that. In your foundation, you've got the King of Coins here. Now, kings I associate with mutable signs. Now, I know everybody looks at them as, you know, um, fixed signs, but I look at them as mutable signs. And the reason I do is because in order for a king to be a king and to wear that crown, he has to make adjustments. He has to make decisions, and they're hard ones. And so this is attached to Virgo. The decision that's got to be made. And you may have Virgo in your chart. And you need to look and see where that Virgo is. It's Mercury energy as well. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. And it's shared with Gemini. So there's choices here to make. And to have that courage and that strength and the challenging it, to step back and look at something in an objective way and saying, that's not for me, or I've got to make a decision about something here. And not everyone's going to like it. And if they don't, that's their problem. But you're doing what's best for you and your life. Even your children. Let's see what's crowning the reading. You got the Knight of Cups. Now, knights I refer to as fixed signs. Why? Because fixed signs, they're fixated on taking a certain action. And to me, that one there would be dealing with Scorpio. And you've got Scorpio in the 7th house. You may be dealing with a Scorpio. Or you're dealing with someone here that may be trying to get you, or they're trying to show you something about what they want you to do, or how they want you to open up to them. Maybe it was somebody who wasn't communicating now, and they want to express the direction that maybe they're going. Or maybe you've got Scorpio in your chart, and you're expressing the direction you want things to go. What your goals and visions are, what you desire, what you need. This is how I feel. Remember, that other house of yours, Taurus, Scorpio, is your house of partnerships, okay? But it's also, we often get with the shadow side. We show that person the shadow side of ourselves. And you may have to do some shadow work here. Maybe you need to be more, I know you're an earth sign, and it's hard for earth signs to express themselves emotionally. Or communicate about what they feel. In your south node, you've got the Two of Swords. You got to make, I told you, you got to make a decision here. It's all in your astrology. You got to make some decision here, and it may be a difficult one. You may have to cut down in spending on someone. You can't always do for them. Could be a relationship that you got to make a decision about, that it may not be going in the right way. Or is it going the way? But have the talk first. Don't let it get into an argument or get heated or aggressive. Um, in your North Node, you've got the moon, Pisces energy. Pisces is that 11th house of yours. Friends, like-minded people. You know, sometimes we get along a lot better with our friends than we do with our significant others. And this moon that was in Scorpio could have an effect, but on you. Could bring back the memories of friends, old friends. Or old feelings for people in the past. Your energy is this Ace of Coins. You want a new opportunity at something here, or you've got an opportunity showing up. Might take you a year. Opportunities come and go. So if the door is knocking, and I did pull a door card for you guys of something here. So opportunity may be knocking. You're going to open the door, you're going to slam it shut. Let's see what's in your environment here. Six of Swords. That's movement to the Ten of Coins. You're going after something here, secure. Maybe there is an opportunity here that awaits. You may have to travel. I think I said something in the beginning about traveling. But the travel may be limited because, this is external from you. There may be more travel. You got the Three of Swords in your outcome. I do want to clarify this one. Let's see what's coming after that. We got the Queen of Swords here. For you, that's Libra. You share something with Libra. You share Venus with Libra. There's a transformation going on here. The change. You also got the Ace of Cups. I'm just wondering if some of you are hearing from someone, or something's coming to light here about somebody, a Libra, um, or a relationship, because queens are about a relationship and what they feel. So somebody may be expressing something here about how they feel. And, I love to see an Ace of Coins and an Ace of Cups. I really do. I mean, they're sort of those two opportunities that everybody wants to have. It's not going to do that. But something here is changing. Don't be surprised if maybe somebody contacts you, or you. I just don't see that you would contact them unless you're real close with them. But they may contact you. All right, let's see. A wisdom card. I did get you a wisdom card. To the sea. Oops, sorry. trying to keep the light from glaring on it. This is that traveling, which is the Six of Swords here. Somebody may be coming toward you. Could be a family member. This could be during the next full moon. Something is driving somebody spiritually toward you. We do see a time thing here. Something's changing. Somebody's wanting growth. They're wanting something here. I don't know if they need your help. Why am I getting the feeling they need your help? They want your help. I'm getting a real strong feeling here of somebody they're coming to you because they feel. You ever had that feeling deep down inside of you that you got to go do something? I feel like whoever this is in your environment is coming toward you. And it's like they feel like they got to do it now. Like this is the time to do something here. Whoa, that's deep. The healing card you got, I can get it up there where I can see it. It says learn to keep your heart open and soft through the trials of life. I mean, that is deep. And we do have this Knight, and we do have the Ace of Cups. We do have the Lovers. I just really feel like somebody's coming toward you. They're wanting something. They're in need of it. Triple moon. What the universe is manifesting here is the triple moon. And that's the first quarter of the moon, okay? The full moon and the third quarter of the moon. That's the headdress of the high priestess that she wears. One side of it is somebody coming, maybe the triple moon, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. So it is something of spiritual in nature. I told you somebody it's like somebody's being drawn toward you spiritually for a reason. I don't. They want some kind of change. All right, the door that's opening up. I love this door. It's a double door too. Reminds me of that thing of double new beginnings. Um, it's called Jude's Song. Isn't that something the Beatles did? Hey Jude. A reminder for even the most hopeless of lost cases. You can find peace within the strangest of places. A reminder for even the most hopeless of lost cases. You can find peace within the strangest of places. I think, that's another thing I'm feeling here. I'm really feeling that somebody's really coming toward you because of their own life trials and traumas. And you're going to have to have an open heart, keeping your heart open and soft through trials of life. And maybe that's a message you need to give to this person that may be coming toward you. And this may be during that, in between that, somebody's coming to plant a seed. The full moon, right at the beginning of the first quarter, you plant the seed, you nurture it all the way through the full moon, to the full moon. And then you can see maybe some success there in it afterwards when you put all the effort in. Let's see what is for you guys with the dice. This is so much longer than I wanted it to be. Did not want it to be this long. Alright, let's see what we got. Whoa. I said something about the sign you've got here showing up is Libra. You've got a Libra here in your outcome. The planet is Neptune. And the house is the 11th. So this is telling me somebody considers you a friend. Somebody who maybe trusts you. Or like I said, you've got Libra in your chart and you're going through something. Let's see about this other person. All right, we got the moon. I said something about the moon, this next coming lunar cycle. You've got Aries here. This person may be dealing with some karma. Aries is the 12th house. Or Libra is dealing with some karma from their 7th house. And the moon, I said a lunar cycle. And we've got the 10th house. You've got this other person's 10th house. If it is, this could be Aries. If it's Aries, then it's dealing with, because that would be their 7th house. Somebody or something here is some kind of karma coming back around for somebody. If it's Aries, it's Capricorn house. If it's Libra, it's Cancer. For the other person. For you, it's over here. I'm showing Libra. Libra, 7th, Libra, first house. One of these is something, they're opposites. And we're definitely talking about the moon with Neptune, the 11th and the 10th house. Somebody considers you a friend here. Or they want to be, make friend. I would say be cautious with this individual, whether it's an Aries or a Libra, unless you have those in your chart. I would say, can y'all see these pretty good? Because my lighting. Yeah. I'm just worried about the lighting on this going further. Um, because my light changed up there. There's something weird going on every time I start doing this. My light starts to change. I might make some adjustments because it looks like it's getting cloudy. Anyway, that's what I got for you, Taurus. I mean, it does coincide with things that's going on in the astrology for you guys. Um, could somebody new be coming in your life? Yeah, I would say probably possibility, but it's almost like I still say somebody considers you a friend, or you're just you know, let me know. I mean, if someone comes, comes towards you during that time between the and the first, I can't even give you dates here. Hold on a minute. When that could possibly be. That would be the 20th of November. I'm just curious about something here. Hmm. Um. Yeah, the cards do look kind of dark. Like I said, I can't make good judgments right now. All right, that'll be somewhere between the 20th of November, um, the 20th of November to the 5th of November. Between the 20th, no, sorry, between the 20th of November to the 5th of December. Okay? So that's what I got for y'all. I hope it helps. Also, don't forget to give a thumbs up. Okay, I appreciate it. I always forget to do these. And if you would subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate that too. Um, it would help because I'm back to YouTube, and so I'm having to build back up what I had before. Um, but anyway, what else? Oh, and don't forget about the project I'm planning on doing when I get through with these readings. Um, that I'm going to start. It has to do with retrograde. Like I said, it's not going to cost you anything. You just might have to take notice of certain dates, but look out for that video that I'm going to do this week. Okay, it's all about retrogrades, and my theory, because I've been doing it on myself, and it's um, kind of really opened my eyes to something um, that I never even thought about. Um, it's just something I noticed, and so I said, well, Oh, and I also want to say for you guys, um, I meant to say this in the beginning. I said that when in astrology, I was talking about stumbling blocks that could happen here of you and someone trying to co-create something here, not procreate, co-create together. And it could be very well somebody coming to you for that. But then there's also something here of listening to the wisdom about something. Um, Something here that's divinely. Um, and then we also have with the growth and all, as well as something being attractive, or you're attracting something here, or there's an attraction uh, that you're something you have an attraction to. But I feel like it's more like somebody's has an attraction toward you. They're coming toward you for, I don't know if it's romantic. I don't know what it is, but I feel like this person is being drawn to you and and has that attraction to you because of something spiritually here. So, with that being said, I will end it. And I will see you later. Like I said, please check out the video when I get it up. The one about the project. All right. So, anyway, I will talk to y'all later, and y'all take care. Bye for now.